This is Movietone. Leslie Mitchell reporting. Nothing like a good shine-up for the Easter parade. What optimists. Some people never learn. Even when the weather's favourable, traffic conditions seldom are. Still, I suppose it's an unsuppressible holiday urge to get out and get on the move. Like these piano-pushing students on their way to Brighton. But when you got there, was it really worthwhile? Visibility was limited, to say the least. Many people's thoughts must have gone out to the families of those lost aboard the American submarine Thresher, seen here on early sea trials. So often, these terrible tragedies seem to coincide with the great public holidays. Back home, the sea and the weather looked cold and inhospitable, and though a few hardy ones made the best of it, it was a pretty depressing picture. Among the wisest holidaymakers were those who changed their minds and decided on a picnic at home. At least it was warmer there. And there was certainly warm air at Rye, where 180 years after the first flight of a hot air balloon, two Americans, Ed Yost and Don Pickard, son of the late Professor Jean Pickard, succeeded in ballooning across the channel. The modern balloon carries its own heater, enough to permit 8 hours flying. They made the distance in 3.5. Well, it's one way of getting away from the holiday crush. They've been preparing for a getaway too, near Preston, where the factory of a well-known carpet manufacturer is moving lock, stock and barrel to South Africa. They're off to East London, in fact, where the sun shines a good deal more than it did at London's Battersea Park for the famous Easter parade. In spite of the rain, Easter bonnets were out in plenty. Quite a bit of fashion improvisation, too. Among the exhibits, this famous old London taxi and the usual carnival capers. Plenty of glamorous girls, too, wearing a good deal less than most of us, I'm glad to say. Catch those goose pimples. This year's Jersey Carnival Queen, Miss Brenda Blacker, did her best to hearten spectators. Perhaps after all, the cinema was the best place to be. But for braver outdoor spirits, and there are always plenty of them at Easter time, here's one of the most satisfying holiday pastimes of all. And here, weather conditions were more or less right. Certainly kept them on the move at Teddington. The walking canon and his colleagues spent their usual Easter on the move from Aldermaston. Not a lot of sitting down, at least not here, but as a result of the much publicised sit-down at Düsseldorf Airport, a German contingent was able to fly over and join the final stages of the tramp. In Whitehall, it seemed just about everybody wanted to say Happy Easter to Mr. Macmillan. Their top-secret handout wasn't so much an egg as an Easter bombshell. And it wasn't exactly a policeman's bank holiday either. From this and other skirmishes, 72 people were arrested. I suppose he just wouldn't dig Easter without Aldermaston.